Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a Podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox 2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
Good day, mate. Stays Crunchy Milk episode 306. From the other side of 200 Bubble Square. Well, you know, Cafe 200 in 200 Bubble Square. Because that waterfall last time I edited was too much. It was strong. And April, I know you liked it. She said it was very soothing, very relaxing sounding. But it is not when you under headphones trying to make a show. It is like washing all over you. So I was like, I was already planning to sit away from the thing today. And I come out and the gentleman had picked a spot just real tucked off to the cut. I'm like, why are we over here? And it was like, because it's quiet. And I was like,
I've been shocked by the amount of people that come through that line the last 3 minutes.
I told you.
Didn't they all get the memo? This place sucks.
We didn't get the memo yet.
Oh, no, I got the memo like a month and a half ago.
That's true.
What's funny is, like I said, that's a new dude at the grill who probably actually does read the label.
Too late.
And you ruined it.
Like I told you this morning about something else. No going back.
No take backs. That's how boxer are.
Dead air.
No. Because all I do is flip it up. It's never there. Well, we out here, man. And the weather's kind of doing a damn nice thing. The sun is out after so much rain. It rained last night, but still. I can take some overnight rain and wake up to the sun. That's cool. We can. That's a good deal.
I wish the sun would be out though on like a weekend day where I don't have to come into work. Because like I got a lot of yard work that like it's not that I want to do it, but I need to do it. Mm-hmm. Like I cut the grass, but I didn't weed whack or nothing. And like I need to go around and do some trimming. Like I want to grab like the saw that I used to cut down my fence last year and try and take down a couple of like wayward bush tree things that have grown in my yard. I just want to make it like a little more presentable. Like I don't want to be like landscaping extraordinaire out there. I was going to ask,
do you do edging on the sidewalk kind of situation like I was?
I did it with the weed whacker like 2 cuts ago. Like I don't have like an edger. Yeah. I just try and like I've tried it with the weed whacker just kind of like eyeball it.
Yeah.
But like I don't do that shit every time. Like I don't care that much. Like it was more of the weeds were starting to grow in the middle of the sidewalk. And so I was trying to like, you know, just not get ticketed. But right now it's like, I have like the bushes in the front of my house and I hit it with the lawnmower the other day. But there's a couple of parts where like I can't get the lawnmower to it because there's like rocks and shit in the way. Mm-hmm. So I got to get the weed whacker in there so I could chop down the grass that's kind of growing too high.
You little fine cut game. I get you.
It's not even that like I said, like I want it to be that deep. I just...
You like a neat yard. I mean, it's okay.
No, I don't even care about the yard. It's not me. It's the city and the neighbors. If they didn't give a shit, I wouldn't do anything. It's really not me. I don't care at all.
Yeah, like I was telling my girlfriend the other day, like she wanted me to go outside and put some weed killer out there. I said no. I enjoy having deer in our yard, so I don't kill dandelions anymore. They can come and eat them.
Also, turns out, one of bees' favorite sustenance. That's how we keep, the planet going. Don't spray weed killer, people.
So yeah,
I couldn't even do it if I wanted to because I have a cat that goes outside.
Yeah.
Like if Smokey like moves out, that's not but I'm not gonna kill him. Like the cat may piss me off, but I'm pretty sure he has affection for me as well.
He is a lovely cat when he wants to be.
Yeah. He loves Anthony. But then again, at this point in life, who doesn't?
I guess like 99% of the world love me, maybe.
Those that know you love you. Well, I mean, I guess you know, it could be somebody who got some real beef for you out there, but I don't know them, and they serve me no purpose.
It was funny. We had Bring Your Child to Work Day. Most of the kids like me. Even it was funny, like one of our friends' sons gravitated towards me, and I didn't even let him know, like, hey, yeah, I know your dad. Me and your dad are friends too. But it was fun, except for the little girl who asked could she buy me, and I still don't know what that meant. But I think her mama kind of racist too, so it kind of all evens out. But then it's always a quandary, like when like her son seemed to be cool as hell. A little dude wearing some Kyrie's. I wore some Kyrie's that day. We talked a little bit, and then I was like, "Dang, that's your mama."
You was telling us about this at the night go.
Oh yeah, we did just record another podcast.
I just got tagged. I got tagged in a photo on Facebook, and I don't hate the way I look. It's a first.
Who's that in front of you?
Oh, this was at that wrestling show I was at.
So a random person?
All right, so I had just met these two ladies. That girl is 22, and from what I gathered that night, she's a ring rat.
Okay.
For those who know what that means.
Is it like a lot lizard only for wrestling?
Yes.
Holy cow! There's so many terms.
A lot lizards get paid.
Yeah, she just does it. Her type is wrestlers.
She do it for the love.
So again, the wrestling version of a chuckle fucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nicole Byer, for that turn of phrase. I didn't know it till recently.
Yeah, so that's who that lady is. I had just met her, but like not that deep. I don't know these people. That's my barber. And that's her friend that I did the wrestling trivia with. That's Michelle. She's like, I don't know if they're involved, but they're together like all the time.
Okay.
And then that's me. And this the first time I look at myself in a picture that like was taken candidly, and I'm like, wow, I was okay there.
Look at me, I look handsome.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't care how I look. I don't want to see pictures of me no matter what.
Oh, like I'm not happy with like the neck to the waist.
Yeah, the way everything is blended in right here, you would never know what's what. It kind of like
I know, but I do.
You do, but I'm just saying.
And that's all I care about. That's the thing.
It's
like
a flattering angle.
That's why I was telling you guys. I guess like this will be my thing for the show. Is why I was telling you guys why I have such a hard time believing people when they tell me, like when they look at me and be like, "Oh, you look so much different than you did a year ago," and blah blah blah. Because it's like I know I am. But I still have all these like insecurities and things that I'm working on. Yeah. So like when I see a picture like that, yeah, I'm happy that because I saw another picture within the last 24 hours that came up in my Facebook thing.
Time
memories.
Yeah. And like I looked at it, man, did it not save on here? Oh, here it is. Where I look at that and I'm like, man, I'm like really round. Like my head is like a ball. My belly's protruding out there and everything, which it still does, because that's the thing. Oh, sorry, I thought you saw. I'm showing it to Anthony for those who are not here.
Yeah, your head don't. Your head is more rectangular now.
Yeah, but that's my point. Is like I know that there's differences and everything, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So like, yes, I'm happy that there's being progress made. But I'm not ready to throw like a victory parade or nothing, you know. So it's like when I look at that picture, that Canon one that I just saw, like on the show, like I didn't know that was there until I saw the tag. I go like, oh cool, like I look better, but I still like I can see that midsection area that still needs to catch up to the legs and everything else, and I'm just like, okay, let's not throw, you know, like I said, like a victory parade yet. Like we can have a little confetti, but we're not gonna go around Mall B.
I feel like if you got one of those man wife beaters, like it's like a regular, it look like a regular wife beater, but then they got like them bars in the back, like it, pretty much a man girdle. Mm-hmm. Like you could be out here catfishing someone.
I said something. So my buddy, you know, who like I've talked about in the show, is my manager at Goodwill and manages strip clubs and everything. He doesn't post on Facebook a ton, so like I barely ever see him. But like a week ago, he posted on there that they were looking for like a part-time server or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like I commented on it. It was the first time we've talked probably in 4 or 5 years, and I was just like, oh man, like I'm like, let me see if the corset still fits so I can push these bad boys up. And like it started like a little dialogue between us, but yeah, that wouldn't be the first time in the last like 7 days that joke has been made.
I mean,
I told he's like, nah, man. He's like, I've been seeing you on here. Like, I've noticed the weight loss stuff you've been doing. He's like, your man boobs are almost gone. I was like, well, these boobs still got some life left in them.
oh my god. But I don't know. I dig that you that's dope. You came across a shot. And you're like, okay, I'm looking pretty decent.
And that's the power of Black Hoodie. In a dark lit room.
Not just any black hoodie. That's the fucking Venom hoodie that you wanted to rock.
That's exactly what she said to me too when I showed up in it. Because her and I are friends on Facebook. I'm friends with both of them.
Yeah.
And she saw the post I made like 2 months ago or whatever it was when I put it up. It was like, I finally get to wear this and blah 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 blah. So when I showed up, she's like, oh, you're wearing your Progress hoodie or whatever. I was like, yeah. I'm like I love this goddamn thing. I'm gonna have to buy like 3 more of them.
So I think that's dope on a couple of different levels. And plus it's just a nice picture of you. So respect due to it. And now I know that I'm sorry, ring rats?
Ring rats, yeah.
Okay, I have to commit that to memory.
I had met her.
Did she volunteer you that information, or do people tell you around you?
All right, so here's the thing. When I got there, she had kind of this like lost child feel to her. Like, so I don't know Michelle's exact age, but I have an idea. She's older than me.
Wow.
By a couple years from what I gather. She was kind of like mother henning this girl. Like telling her what to do, like go
like
get me
Penny
a walk.
Lane?
I guess.
Okay.
But she's like ordering her around and shit, like almost like like she's trying to keep her safe, mm-hmm. but like knowing that at the end of the day she's gonna do what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
So like I had gotten kind of this feeling about it, and then she's telling me like, yeah, she's not very bright, and blah blah blah, and I was just like, okay, well I guess like she sent her up to the bar to get water, and she comes back with an empty cup, that kind of shit. That's what she told me.
Okay.
So. She was very pleasant when she introduced herself to me. Shook my hand and everything, which I thought was kind of odd. Just a simple hello would have been cool. But she went.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, she went professional. Like, oh hi. I was like, oh, I didn't realize this was a business meeting. But yeah, so it's like I got kind of like this vibe off of her because like she was lost and spacey before the show.
Yeah.
But when the show started, she was laser focused. And I was like, okay, she must either really love wrestling or there's something else going on here. So then, like, when the show was over, I had to walk back to my car. And this happened at the Odeon, so it's not too far from where we work. Mm-hmm. So, like, my car was parked in my normal spot, but I had, like, 8 to 10 minute walk ahead of me at about 11 o'clock at night in a place where sometimes people get murdered. And
sometimes.
At least once, right?
It's a good possibility.
Yeah. I mean, I hear about the dead bodies and stuff, so I know what happens. But anyway, so it's like we're all standing outside the Odeon, and I'm saying my bias to everybody, because I wasn't going to make it was like a multi-day event. I was only going to make it that night because we were going out for Anthony's birthday the next night. Mm-hmm. So I told them I couldn't come to the conclusion of the tournament. So they were telling me...
Plus, we already knew who was going to win that tournament anyway.
Did we?
Yeah, that's the one tournament I thought they had told us about at Mania, and then the dude was like, "Yeah, just come both days."
No, this is a different federation.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, different thing. I already went to that show. I watched that dude win. But anyway, so yeah, we're staying out there, and I'm saying bye to everybody, and all these people go to all these shows,
yeah.
So it becomes like a community of sorts. That's like how I'm getting to know these people, and this one dude comes over and he's telling them that they're going to like this after party because after all these shows, there's always an after party.
Yeah.
Like me and, my buddy the barber, that's what I'm going to call him for the show for, simplicity's sake.
The barber beefcake?
Yeah, and his friend. They don't drink or anything like that, like just like most. Like
straight edge?
Pretty much, yeah. And then they don't do the after party stuff and everything. But he tells me while we're out there that the young girl that I just met, that I was like, had my suspicions about, was going to a hotel party. And I was like, oh, so she's going to go fuck somebody. And he goes, Yeah, that was my assumption too. And I was just like, well, what other assumption is there? I'm like, that's what hotel parties are for. He goes, well, she didn't say that, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure that we all know what, you know, it really means. And I was like, I would hope so, because that's what I think of when I think of it. So then I saw him a couple days ago because I went and got my hair cut.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, so did your guys' like young daughter girl come back safe? And he goes, oh yeah, she's fine. I was like, so she's like a ring rat, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, if you're not a wrestler, she doesn't want anything to do with you. And I was like, hey, we all like what we like, I guess. I mean, not that I was asking for myself, but I was just more like looking to see if what I suspected was true. And I received confirmation. Now, I don't want to make it seem like she like is like a slut or anything like that.
I love that you whispered that.
Well, that's because there's a lot of like people around here that are like might not be happy with that.
She likes, and went and got it.
Yeah.
Nobody disrespecting her about that.
Exactly.
We ain't judging her over here. That's not how we get down. I just like I said, I learned a new turn of phrase, and I always like having an addition to the dialogue.
For me, it was a term that I had learned within like the last year.
Yeah. Because you've been going to all these like local events and stuff. I assume.
Well, that and like I watched some like YouTube like shoot interviews. Yeah. Where like they would use wrestling terminology and talk about how it was back in the day and all that with the different territories and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think it was Scott Hall, or those who know 90s wrestling, Razor Ramon. Yeah. He was talking about there was one of the questions was like, what was the ring rat scene like back in the day, and like he would describe it. So that was how I kind of like found out what it was.
So Razor Ramon was never Latin?
No.
He's like Italian or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's like the dude playing the Pakistani guy in Short Circuit or whatever.
Oh my God, yeah. That guy is going to be a hell of a director, but yeah, it does bother me that he's that white dude playing Indian.
I saw something Danny Fernandez put up the other day where she was talking about how like when you write a script, you have to specifically mark in the script what ethnicity the character is. Otherwise, they automatically default to white.
Yeah. I mean, it's a no. Yeah.
I didn't know that shit. I'm not. I don't follow. Like, I mean, I understand how Hollywood is swayed towards one gender. I get that.
Yeah.
I didn't know the specifics of how scripting worked.
Oftentimes, I've heard people say they've actually come in and said, you know, you can probably just put a black person in this role. There's nothing about it that specifically makes it out to be white. And then the people, the producers will be like, oh yeah, that does work. Because all of a sudden it'll ring a bell, you know what I'm saying, in their head. Like, because they never thought about it unless they're told specifically within the confines of the script. I know, I listen to a lot of stuff that ends up being entertainment adjacent, you know what I'm saying? And so I always hear about script writers and their stuff and their things like this. That's why it's known to me. I've been listening to podcasts now fucking ever. How long you been listening to podcasts at? I think you just had to consider.
Let's see here. This is my first iPod. That was like, what, 2006?
I definitely... Was it
7?
Yeah, I guess it had to be. We was in
it might have been earlier than that. Might have been like 2005, 2000.
Yeah, Lil was born in 07, and we was definitely in the apartment upstairs when you got your first iPod. You put stuff on there, and that was definitely before that. So you're right, 5, 6, yeah, around 2005 or 6 was definitely when it went down.
Yeah, you was like, hey, there's things called podcasts. I'm gonna put these on your iPhone.
I used to listen to podcasts on the computer, like, you know what I'm saying, because I had no portable means to take things there. Didn't have a cell phone at that point in time. When
I bought it, you pretty much was like, give it. I was like, okay.
You go eat that cornbread.
And like I said, we put a bunch of stuff on there so he could use it. He was in my apartment hanging out with me, putting stuff on there.
That first night you just took it. I let you take it home with you.
Go. Well, at some point he was in my apartment, because he got to choose some things. He was like, put that on there. There you go.
Like you because I wanted I think, was it G's Up, Hoes Down we couldn't find or something like that. It was probably definitely G's Up, Hoes Down. He's like, yeah, I got it on the computer, and he was like, and I'll add some more stuff to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when I first got it, because I got it back then when we still do get it. No, I don't know if we still do, we got a discount on Apple products.
At last check, we still do. It's just not worth your time.
Yeah, and so I got it, and I was just like, "Look, I got an iPod." He was like, "Say word," and I was like, "Yes." And then I get it because we were on the 4th floor, you on the 5th floor, and shit. Because it was right before Lily. Because that would have been pre Gabe days. Because I walked up the back stairs and brought it to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, around that time. And Lily's old as heck, so
Should be a dozen here shortly. So.
Yeah, so, yeah.
She'll crack the egg, I guess, if we're going to make a joke.
So yeah, it was predated her.
I've been listening to podcasts for a very long time, which is why to me it's just such a normal thing for me to say that to you. Please take no offense. I'm not trying to say, you white guy, you don't know no better. No, I've just been listening to shit for years. And so I've heard about this for like years at this point.
And commentary, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, and Jackie Brown, that's a white character that Sam Jackson plays. Yeah. So, like, that's stuff like that.
DVD Commentaries was the first podcast, in my opinion. Laserdisc. I mean, because that's literally what it would end up being. You know what I'm saying? I would watch these commentaries, listen to people talk about how they made stuff and so forth.
And we've been talking about TV shows that probably were podcast worthy for the last couple of weeks. Like, as I probably talk about almost every episode lately, is I watch Forensic Files. Yeah. And most of the Forensic Files is easy to navigate at work because, I mean, I'm just listening to it. I'm not really watching it. And when you're listening to a podcast, you can still go on Instagram. Yeah. You can still go look at different stuff or play a game sometimes. When you're actually watching something, you're not fucking with your phone. Yeah. So it makes me pretty productive.
You actively are enjoying something.
Yes.
But I like that she put that out there. I like that you learned that. Maybe other people learned that. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to change because it ain't changed yet. But maybe that makes people think about it, and they will now going forward will add specifics to their screenwriting. You know, what is it called? Treatments, I guess. Yeah,
treatments.
Yeah, and that way they
with Elvis Mitchell.
that way going forward, maybe we can get more the specifics that you want in that role. Like, I want this to be a 6'7" white dude named Maurice. You know what I'm saying? And it's got to happen like that. So I don't know. I dig that she put that out there. I like Jennifer Fernandez. I like Jennifer Fernandez in general. Add that to the fact I would like to marry you off to her. But I just like her as a person. And yes, again, I would probably, if I could have any sway over the matter, it'd be you and Dana together forever. So,
well, good luck with that. I think you can find a better person than her.
What's wrong with Danny Fernandez?
I mean, obviously you like her, so I wouldn't say anything bad about it.
You can say whatever you want. It's not like her and I have a personal relationship.
I don't know.
Y'all talk a little bit in these social media streets.
She's replied to me like 3 times.
That's 3 times more than probably more than I replied to you on Twitter.
Well, as we were discussing before this episode started, hanging around the business that goes about Box's general neighborhood for the 3rd week in a row. Went to go try to get my kid this learner's license. The 3rd time was indeed the charm. He was super hyped because he answered so many questions right that the test was just like, all right, no,
that's enough.
That's enough.
I love when that happens. I wish that happened more like because we have to take tests all the time at work.
Yeah. That's why I always watch. I'm like, all right, I got to get 8 out of 10. Yeah. And then when you get that 8th one, you still got 2 questions. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll think A. I'm like, it's not gonna be done with this shit. But so he came over and I was like, I did it, and I'm like, what do we do next? And he's like, oh, because the dude had told him what to do next, but he didn't remember what to do next. I had to go. He goes, well, I just told the young man, you want to go around the building 12. It's a red awning. You can't miss it. I'm like, and it's to your right. And I go out there and I'm like, ain't no on and out here or nothing. I do see 12. I see the number 12. I'm like, I hope this is where we're going. And so indeed we did go there. And because AK put me on the game and gave and said, hey, make sure you got a bill with you, my son gets the enhanced license when it comes in the mail. They mail you your license now. That's another thing the state's weird about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's funky. But
I saw too now, like when you get like the updated stickers for your plates, like they give you a sticker that says like your county, like the whole word.
Yeah, Cuyahoga.
Yeah.
So you back in the mix again at this point. So
man, I got my I noticed in the mail the other day that my car's due this year for its first e-check.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, I got a fucking old ass car now.
I got my e-check for the Focus, which I've been driving forever. So I got to go take that.
I got so used to not having to go do that shit that like now that I got to go do it again, I'm like, damn.
Well, no, but you just go into the easy lane and just plug you in.
I know.
Yeah.
I can go do that myself. Like,
Yeah.
they have one of those readers down by Cinemark and Valley View.
Yeah.
I can, like, if I'm going to go to the movies, I can just go hit that up real quick, plug it in, and then be on my way.
Plug it in.
Well,
I used to go down there to cheat when I had the Sable. We'd unplug the battery, and then it resets the computer after you leave it off for like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Plug it back in, throw the e-reader around before the fails hit, get the print out, good to go.
Well, the kid passed it, and so I mean, it was like, as we walked to the car after he got all his paperwork and stuff, he started walking toward the passenger side. I got, nah, bruh, you over there. So I let him drive home. It turns out he was very nervous about it, but he did okay. Look,
He didn't hit nothing?
in fear, I did reach over toward the wheel twice.
Only twice?
And both times I was like, fuck, man. Anthony just told me how he does not want that. But it's just because one time he was not cutting the wheel enough.
Yeah.
Next time he's cutting it too sharp. And I'm like, no, you got to go out. You got to go out. And I'm like, and it's just my nature is immediately to correct as opposed to speak it. But he did real well, man. He got us all the way home and into the driveway and everything. And I know it seems weird, but my driveway my porch has, I don't know, it sits out just a little bit.
It bows out.
Yeah, so you got to lean it just a little bit away from it to make sure you ain't come just scraping the side of my porch. I have scraped my porch in the Focus multiple times, so it can happen. And the fact he got it in there safely was pretty dope. And then later in the day, Vanessa was like, "I'm gonna take him out to LC because it's just a big old parking lot and a bunch of 20-mile-per-hour roads kind of back behind it." And she just let him just ride it out, and he's already kind of feeling better about himself and better about the wheel. So I got to keep track of his time, and I got to get him into a good driving school. And he need to keep his grades tight. Apparently, if you keep your grades tight, it can be up to like half off the insurance cost that his ass is going to cost me in insurance. But if he's like a 3.0 or 3.5 and above, they really take care of your insurance that way. You know what I'm saying? So
That's pretty sweet.
All right, so I had that conversation like, look, bro, you got to keep it tight because you're going to cost me a lot of money, and I'm not too happy about it.
Yeah, like he already has a car that you don't have to worry about. Like, you can get a few dings in this.
Yeah. So I'm very proud. My little man is out there. I'm about to teach him how to drive, and I'm excited about that. That's one of the steps I'm very pumped about. I'm happy Lily about to hit 12. You know what I'm saying? I know that seems like don't seem like a big deal, but it seemed like a big deal to me when I hit 12.
It's the tween age.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. Oh my! I done had so many children in my house the last few nights because it's summertime. Motherfuckers just be like, "You go kick it over there." And I'm like, "It's cool. Y'all can kick it over here." So Lily had 2 friends over. Xander had 2. I had like 6 kids in my house, including my own the other night. And I was like, "It is." So I come downstairs to go to work, mind you. This is like, cause to me, you know what I'm saying?
There was some Instagram living going on last night.
Yeah. See, what Xander?
Yeah.
And I come downstairs and I'm like,
Yo, it's still awake?
Nope. Somebody on the couch. Somebody in front of the couch, between the couch and the coffee table. Somebody over here, like toward in between the living room and the dining room. Somebody over here, basically over here toward Darth Vader. Lily kind of like in between them two. And then Xander had slept in his room. He left his homies down there downstairs. I'm like, you played your friends, man. You can at least have them come upstairs kicking in your room. Like, no. I don't have my own time. Thank you. So that's been wild just watching that happen. And I'm like, I'm glad. Vanessa is always glad about that. I'm kind of glad that my house is the hangout house. But at the same time, I'm always like, who's that motherfucker? Count my gains after you leave. I don't know him. He's a stranger.
Always got to be aware.
Well, like I said, the one kid got his own Switch and plays game. He left his games and shit over at my house. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, whose is this? Oh, that's this kid's. I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool. Because one of them was like, he was an amiibo, and I was like, who fucked my amiibo? That's not your amiibo, Dad. That's this kid's amiibo. Like, okay, it's about to go down. You be playing, breaking up my toys. Because I'm an adult. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, for all those who wondered, yeah, the kid passed it, did well, and I'm excited for him. And
You know that get really quietly.
no, I watched him do it. He did the thing. You wouldn't own it. So there you go, man. You were caught up on T's child's growing. He started band camp today, if you're wondering. Because he's in a marching band, so he out there trying to get his march on. So we gonna take it over to Ant, because Ant got a whole pamphlet of information. What is happening here?
So the other day in your favorite town, of Lakewood, Ohio, there was a lynx walking around.
I'm unaware.
Yeah, so I just started like, what other animals? Because my girlfriend was like, it was a fucking lynx where she lived, and I'm like, okay. I looked it up, and I was like, well, there's lynxes in Ohio. It was not a big deal.
I see regularly coyotes and turkeys and jackrabbits, or just I guess hares or whatever.
You plan on reading this whole packet? Anthony's got like a half-inch pamphlet over here.
No, just run through some stuff. We got possums, of course, chipmunks.
Yes, I get chipmunks right on the porch.
A 13-line ground squirrel. I've never seen that before.
That's a very specific type of animal. I bet you if I came across that out there. Does it reach us?
It does not reach us.
Not quite to us.
At one point, I noticed the squirrels were turning black.
Yeah, we got black squirrels.
They're just black squirrels.
They are actually. Those squirrels probably showed up from, if you had to think about it, probably arrived on the back of somebody's truck. That's not squirrels that were natural to us at first.
I already saw the next page Anthony had. That's the kind of squirrel I grew up on. Was just the brown, fat.
The eastern fox squirrel or the eastern gray squirrel is what you're used to.
Yeah.
But
the black squirrel, I believe, is a California squirrel. I think is what it's called.
Red squirrels, flying squirrels.
Where are those at?
Those are we actually do have them.
Oh wow.
Woodchucks, which we see all the time. Those are coming back.
Not just down in our neighborhood. Like I see one regularly when I come out of the driveway at work here. If I park in downstairs, they hang on that little green little hill right there.
So American beavers in Ohio, but not quite in our region.
I put on
The harvest mouse is in our region. Deer mouse, those are all around. White-footed deer mouse. I think that's everywhere.
Is red everywhere or nowhere?
I think red would be like critical, right? Like everywhere.
I think red is
like hot.
Oh, like a heat map. Like
yeah. Like blue would be like.
But from there, that's their phylum. Like kind of like they're carnivores.
Okay.
It's pretty much what they're eating and shit. So it has nothing to do with it.
Not where they at, but what they.
Yeah, all this shit is within Ohio.
So what's the? I mean, like so what's like? Is there a concentration of it down that purple spot right there, or is that purple?
It is purple.
What's the perp drink?
Yes, actually, and it's a couple different things: endangered, threatening, special interest. So, and then you're right. So, more likely and less likely. So, with the darker it gets, darker blue.
Yeah,
that's the likelihood that it's not there. Red is like
so it's a terror alert for location.
Terror for y'all. Yeah, so that red is everywhere. We got the meadow vole.
What is a vole?
It is a dark and brown color, likely sugar. It's a fucking mouse.
It don't look like no mouse I've ever seen. That's why I was like, what's a vole?
It's a flat ass mouse.
On trues and voles.
Woodland vole.
Another type of vole. Okay.
That one a little cuter. That ain't one ain't as flat. Shit. You ain't heard of voles until today. We got 3 different kinds here. A lemming.
A bog lemming. Okay, I'm hip to lemmings.
A muskrat.
Mustang Sally.
A drowned rat. Okay. No, I'm sorry, a brown rat. We got rats, of course. This skipper, it's mostly rodents that we have.
Well,
here.
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Is
this all mammals in this packet?
All mammals.
Okay. I was wondering if you had like bugs or something.
I've had a rabbit in my yard the other day. He was eating the sunflowers in the front yard.
We got cottontails. We got hares. We got shrews.
I'm not even kidding. I think I took a picture of it. He kind of chuckled like I was making that shit up.
No, I was more laughing if he was hanging out in your yard eating sunflower seeds. There's this comic.
Black as hell.
Yeah, right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That looks pretty sweet. Easter and Mo.
Vanessa sent me this comic so long ago, and it was just like, man, ain't life great or something like that. It's like a rabbit eating some.
You ever seen a star nose mole? And yes, we do have.
I have heard of star nose mole. I'm not saying I've seen them, but I am hip to them.
In the summer, we're a hotbed of brown bats.
I once had I was once sitting on a porch when I lived on Dale back in the day, and I had a bat just fall like right on the ground in front of us. Like,
oh, sorry, my man.
I remember a bat hitting my bedroom window when I was a kid.
Hell no. See, I cannot fuck with bats. Not good. I mean, bats is fine, but
They eat all the shit y'all don't like. All right, so looks like we got some bobcats here.
really,
Not very many, but what's like the hue of blue. Coyotes, of course, and that's hot ass red. Yes, we have coyotes everywhere.
yeah. Coyotes, like I said, they be in Lakewood on the reg, man. So
We got foxes. That's kind of blue, but I've seen one in my yard. So we got red and gray foxes. American black bear, actually kind of really reddish in our area.
So bear kicking in our neck of the woods? Ain't
Yeah,
that a bitch. I ain't ever trying to come across no
Yeah,
bear.
they
man.
caught a black bear out in Solon a couple years ago.
Ah, see, no, thank you.
We got river otters.
I can fuck with an otter. That's cool. What is that thing?
All right, ermine.
Look at this thing, Box.
Oh shit, looks like a albino ferret.
Yeah.
Yes, it does, but well, it's very low. We got weasels.
Fucking weasels. We have just like I don't know what kind of. They making coats out of weasels. What they do with weasels, man?
They probably do. The least weasel. We got like tons of different things here. American mink, American badger, which is on the bluer side, but we do have them. Of course, we got skunks. Raccoons, of course, we got.
Yeah, our raccoons are kind of ridiculous. And I mean, I guess maybe everybody's raccoons is giant, but I don't know. Our raccoons seem
That's because we eat a lot of Cheetos, so do they.
dangerously large.
Yes. And that's about it. The other one is just some like factual information about the animals around. But we have like quite a few various.
What's the concentration of lynx? Now that I need to be worrying I'm gonna come across a lynx if I'm just walking on my stroll.
Not very big. Like I mean, maybe in your area because they did find a lynx just walking around there. Next time you think you fighting somebody's big cat, you might just want to work because lynx aren't that big. Lynx are about that, like about 3 feet by about 2.5 feet tall.
So kind of like a big dog, or I guess a
Medium-sized dog, yeah.
I don't want to whoop no lynx ass. What happened? Did people just like, oh shit, there's a lynx just walked past?
Yes, it was one of those funky Sasquatch pictures of a lynx.
Turn around like,
Yeah, but hey, it's good to be aware. I'm very interested in this star-nosed mole.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take this home so I can show my son all these animals that live in his backyard.
Yeah, that's kind of dope, man.
And some of the animals I found in my garage on the glue trap.
That's a vole. That's the whole time. It's trues and voles. I didn't even know.
So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like I was looking for different stuff to bring to the show today. I was like, that did happen.
Well, shit, man. It happened in my neck of the woods, and I didn't even know it. So I had to chuckle, man. That how much shit goes down just around my way, and I'm aware. I don't watch news no more.
Oh yeah,
I don't listen to the news really at this point in time. It all went down. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not since the person in charge got elected. I really just was like, I got to get away from all of this for my sanity.
You can thank Facebook because I think that's where she's seeing it at.
Yeah, but I'm in the Lakewood Facebook group. It's like the fact I have not come across it amongst those people, and there's some people, man. It's been some times.
I think you need to get start the new Lakewood. Like it's the news that matters.
It's like 6 Lakewood Facebook groups. It's fun. It's so funny. This one woman came here one day and was like, "Why did my post get deleted?" And there's like, "I think you mean the other group." And she was like, "Oh, you're right. I did mean that." So it's like, folk be wilding, man. So it's like, chill out, man. It's always somebody talking shit about my side of the town. And I'm like, y'all gotta quit. Y'all gotta chill with that shit. You ain't gonna be talking greasy about my neck of the woods. Because I know what goes down in other parts of this town because I do. Yeah. So it's like, fuck off with that. So I said, that's interesting that all of that shit goes down. I know it's coyotes every goddamn where, but a fucking big cat, because that's what those are considered no matter what. Yeah. Show through and nobody gonna put it on stroll. Fuck that. I need that information.
Yeah.
I got a little dog. Not that she ever on the stroll by herself, but still.
Might happen.
Yeah. My kid be out there walking
from band camp with a flute in his pussy.
Well, somebody else's pussy, I guess. Still. But we out here, man. We do it every week. I'd ask if you could be so kind as to maybe go and review us. Place where reviewing matters.
We need a new review. Tell us what you think about coyotes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That is just ducky. Let us know what we're doing.
How many stickers we got left?
got stickers. I keep stickers. I'm saying the stickers in my bag right now. You,
All right, you want
I'll mail you stickers.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, this is
We got to finally bribe you. Come on.
You got to send me proof that you gave me a review, which is easy as a screenshot that you email to podcast@stagecrunchyMilk.com, which is this show's email address.
I know that's 2 steps, but
Bruh, if you want the sticker, man, I'm not asking much of you. Just type a few words.
or if you still use Stitcher, do us a Stitcher review.
Yeah.
Just reviews.
Shit, I've been telling women on dating apps about this podcast. I'm doing my part.
Shit, that's why I should start my Bumble and just have a Stage Crunchy and Milk sticker.
Date this podcast. Mm-hmm. It really, that just means you date boxer. At all times, it's just got to come down to it. But still.
No, like we were doing this on Friday. We was like, oh, what you got going on? I'm like, I'm doing this podcast. This is what it's called. This is where you can get it.
I might say you give it a listen. My name over there is this. Although, I guess we call you Dan enough that whatever. But still.
I wonder, can you set it up if you don't want to swipe, will you swipe right or left for good? For bad?
Bad's left.
So if you swipe left, at least send me a review.
Why would that be bad? Left is where the heart's at. You want to go left. You want to go towards the left.
I don't know, dog. I didn't program it.
Sad as shit. Oh yeah, also we on YouTube, man. Go subscribe to the channel over there. Give some thumbs up to the joints as they go up. Again, so far, only one of them has gotten claimed for monetary reasons, and that's just the song that the intro that is my own intro, and that just means it's probably time for me to make a new intro. So it's all to the good. So I can get a couple of YouTube dimes and nickels. That'd be hype. You know what I'm saying? You can go do that for your man. Do that.
All right. Well,
that's Lunchbox 2099. It's Tatum 216.
Yes.
I am the internet's Taylor 713. Our missing man is the real ODP. Send him some love. He had a good day today. Just don't worry about why, but just send him some love. And it's all to the good, man.
He was fapping.
You've just been Podcast Soup, and I know you loved it. Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.